An orc army of almost any size will utilize a war machine they like to call a battlewagon. These ramshackle assault tanks are deadlier than an entire mob of deranged greenskins. Not only do they have enough firepower to take out an Imperial Knight or even a flying hive tyrant, but they carry a terrifyingly large amount of orc boys ready to jump out and tear the enemy to pieces. And with that said, I want to welcome you guys back to another 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gersh1, and today we're talking about the Ork Battlewagon. If you guys are new to the channel, we post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. I try my best to combine my love of the lore with the hobby, so at the end of this video, I'm going to be showcasing two of the battle wagons that I use in my warband. I really like the paint job, so I'm excited to show you guys. If you guys have suggestions for any other topics of 40K that you guys would like us to talk about, or any questions, just ask down in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoy our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. Link in the description if you guys want to support us. Or simply by liking and sharing, it really does help out the channel. So thank you guys ahead of time. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Ork Battlewagon. Ork Battlewagons are as diverse in construction and the weapons that they use as the greenskins who created them. It's really up to the imagination and resources of the mech as to how threatening these rolling doom machines can be. For the most part, a battle wagon always possesses a heavy chassis, sometimes salvaged from other suitable vehicles such as an Imperial tank or a heavy armored transport. The stronger the mech can make the core of its machine, the more likely it is to make it to the enemy's front line. The truly clever or ambitious orcs will custom build the entire vehicle, creating their heavy tank from scrap metal and looted bits. The actual term of the battle wagon seems to refer to the overall category of a large orc armored vehicle. The battle wagon itself can be wheeled, tracked, or a combination of the two. While most battle wagons do have specialized battlefield roles, for the most part the standard battle wagon, if you can call an orc vehicle standard, it's going to have multiple turrets either possessing big shooters, rockets, or flamethrowers. It's also going to have a stick bomb chukka, which is a crude mechanism that lobs volleys of stick bombs into the midst of the foe, also a wrecking ball, which is usually just some type of spiked heavy object that's mounted onto the vehicle and then swung at the enemy to crash into it. They also have a grabbing claw, which is mounted on a pivoting crane arm and it's controlled by a number of cunning levers, and the grabbing claw's purpose is to hold on to enemy tanks or enemy vehicles to prevent them from running away. And that's when the orcs inside can use what is called a boarding plank, which spikes into the enemy vehicle, and then the orc boys can then jump onto the enemy tank and assault it there. There also exist many subtype of battle wagons amongst the orc forces. The titles such as Lungburster, Gobsmasher, Crusher, Bone Crusher, Gore Speeder, and Dackerwagon are used by the orcs to describe each customized battle wagon specific role. For example, the Lungbuster and the Gobsmasher are armed with large, noisy cannons, while the Crusher is outfitted with a spiked death roller on the front, usually steamrolling over the enemy infantry. The Gore Speeder is a popular vehicle with the Speed Freaks and the Evil Sons, who maximize its transport capability to deliver a larger mob of orcs into the thick of the fighting. The main distinction of these specialized battle wagons is the main weapon that they use. For example, when you're looking at range weaponry, an orc battle wagon will usually either have a zap gun, which fire unstable bolts of lightning that have the potential to punch through the hull of an enemy heavy vehicle amidst a crackling shower of spark, but it has a tendency to overload and electrocute the operating gunner. It could also be loaded with a laba. A laba is just a large, noisy, mortar-like weapon that is mounted onto the battle wagon. It could also be equipped with a cannon, which looks like a standard Imperial artillery piece that fires anti-tank shells or fused fragmentation rounds. And finally, the kill cannon, which has the power to punch straight through a Titan's force field, but it's extremely inaccurate because, again, it's on top of a ramshackled assault tank. And just like other orc vehicles, a battle wagon will continue to be customized as it grows to become an even larger contraption as its owner adds more weapons, extra fighting gantries, and new engines, until finally a battle wagon has grown into a true battle fortress. A battle fortress is just a massive battle wagon. It's expanded to the size and armament capacity of an Imperial Guard super heavy tank. Such vehicles are favorite mounts for the most powerful of orc war bosses. These bigger battle wagons can be armed with super cannons, which sacrifice all of the other weaponries to mount this huge artillery piece. Most often this weapon is nothing more sophisticated than a looted Imperial Earthshaker cannon, but it's extremely deadly. Amongst the Ork clans, the Goths and the Evil Sons dislike the use of a super cannon, preferring weapons that allow them to get directly into the fray, but the Bad Moons, the Blood Axes, and the Death Skulls greatly enjoy the sheer power of this artillery piece, and have been known to unleash the power of a super cannon upon their enemies with devastating effect. When they don't use a super cannon, some mechs customize the battle wagon to carry a lift-a-droppa. The lift-a-droppa makes use of unknown tractor beam technology to pick up and move objects around the environment with anti-gravitic ease. Battle wagons outfitted with the lift-a-droppa are known as lift wagons. The big problem with the lift-a-droppa is that the weapon is powered by an atom smasher reactor, which mechs for some reason really like to overload, and then it just explodes and destroys the entire battle wagon. Intelligent Ork war bosses or big mechs usually have an entire formation of battle wagons, the most famous of which is on Armageddon, and it's called the Bliss Brigade. It is a motorized formation comprising of a large number of battle wagons, and the enemy will usually hear the Blitz Brigade before they actually see them as they fire their weapons and they rumble across the battlefield. When the Blitz Brigade finally smashes through the enemy front lines, it crushes defenders and defenses alike beneath their massive bulk. The initial wave is sometimes tons of boys eager to get into the fight at the earliest possible opportunity, but the role of the Blitz Brigade is primarily to destroy and not deploy. And that's because even without all of their passengers, the sudden and devastating assault of the Blitz Brigade has broken many enemy tank lines with its extreme use of firepower. And now with all this information in your head, it's time to go and pick up some battle wagons. They're a lot of fun to paint, and like I said in the beginning of the video, I want to show off my two battle wagons for my Ork force. The one on the left hand side is a Bad Moons tribe battle wagon, and the one on the right is a Golf clan battle wagon. I had more fun painting the Bad Moons clan battle wagon just because I was really excited with the rust effects. When you had yellow, painting the brown rust, and then on top of that adding silver just made it look so realistic. And I painted this a while back, so like 2017, and during that time I was using a technique that was new to me, and whenever you learn a new technique you get really excited. So basically I was taking a sponge, dabbing some brown paint on it, and then putting it on the actual model, and then doing the same thing with silver, and it gave off this really awesome effect. There are some areas of this truck that I didn't hit very well with the wash or with the paints. As you can see, the center bit right there, I think I could have added more detail there, overall, I really like how modular the battle wagons are. The fact that you can remove certain things and change up between like a big shooter and a flamer, and then obviously the big weapons. It's just a whole lot of fun. And then when you put them next to my Ork boys, it looks amazing. I think the yellow and the Bad Moon clan color scheme really flows really awesome. These guys are actually, I created a video for them, so I actually taught you guys how to paint these guys, so I'll put a link up above if you're interested in that. But overall, I was really happy with that paint job. Now this is the Golf clan battle wagon. Originally, my Ork army was supposed to be all Golf, because I like that concept of painting just black, dry brushing silver, or dry brushing like a gray, and then I'm done. Looking at it now, this model came out awesome. I really like it, but I don't want to go back to that color scheme. I really want Orks to be a little bit more colorful. This one wasn't too bad, and I went a lot further with this battle wagon, as you can see, than the other one. This one actually got the turret for the big gun. I think that's a cannon, and I magnetized it so you can actually remove that center gun and replace it with a zap gun. Which sometimes I do. You know what? I actually don't even know where the zap gun went. It's magnetized and everything. It's just in one of my bits box. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have suggestions for any other topics of 40K that you guys would like us to talk about, let me know what it is in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
refuse to put my freedom first in any situation.